You already know it's me, Joreeezy, straight from the depths of the cave. That's K4V3Z. Check it out, cave.com, K4V3.com. So, we about to play Journey. I just possibly, allegedly, one-upped, if you know what I'm saying, if you know my lingo. Super Mario World, you know what I mean? And I got some questions from the cavemen that I'm going to answer. Got with the band in the chat, keeping it active. And let's just see where this goes. Hopefully, I don't cry, but if I do, real men cry. You know what I'm saying? Real men cry. So let's get to it. This game has a beautiful soundtrack, by the way, and it's just so poetic. And you can either play it through by yourself, you can meet people on the way. They might not finish it all the way through, they might, but just come along with me while I go on this journey. Hashtag stop the smoke. So I'm also doing this as a spiritual ritual to stop smoking. So I'm almost essentially getting reborn in a way. I do plan on getting baptized by just going in the ocean. Hashtag stop the smoke, baby. You already know. So hit the ocean, get a little baptism going on. Hashtag stop the smoke. I've been consistently trending, so that's not going to change. Like I said, I'm going to use these Just Joreeezy segments as my rehab. I don't even want to call it that because I feel like that's kind of gay to be like, I'm in rehab for weed, You feel me with the band? I had a friend, true story. He had to go to rehab because of marijuana. But granted, his dad was a doctor. So, you know what I mean? But I think it's, to quote that movie, what's that movie called with Dave Chappelle? You know what I'm talking about. Jim Brewer, Dave Chappelle. Forget that weed movie. It's like, have you ever sucked dick for weed, bro? No, man, there's a different kind of addict. There are different kind of addicts in there. All right, so this is the realm right here. I forgot the title of the movie, man. It's so crazy right now. I'm blanking out. That'll be my first task in this realm. What is that Dave Chappelle movie? Because Dave Chappelle is also wanted and signed a contract for his rights in this universe. I keep, for some reason, Knocked Up keeps coming in my head, but it's not Knocked Up. I want to talk to Samson. Shit, it's in the back of my head. I don't have to Google it, man, but bookmark. I haven't met anyone this early. I wonder if you can meet people this early in the game. It's like joints. For some reason, joints it's not joints. Yeah, How High, right? Or Grandma's Boy. Grandma's Boy is a funny ass movie too. Shit, what was that movie with Dave Chappelle called about weed, man? Have you seen $1 bill on weed, man? Alright, since we're getting into my psyche, I had a weird introduction to weed. I had a cousin introduce me to weed, and I started playing basketball. And I was an aggressive basketball player with the band. I was a baller back in the day, man. But I would say my play style back then was very Allen Iverson inspired and very street ball inspired. So I had a bunk ass jump shot, but I knew how to do floaters. I knew how to cross people over. I was a good passer. I was a really big fan of Baron Davis. So if I could describe myself back in the day, I was like a Baron Davis, Chris Paul. So I didn't really have a 3 point shot, but I was quick enough to open up my team and take advantage if I had lanes or perimeter shots. B. Diddy, I hope people don't forget him. Same caliber as Chauncey Billups, man. I think so. But, anyways, weed had me playing different when I played basketball, man. So imagine that archetype, right? The point guard archetype. The first time I played basketball on weed, bro, I was playing like Carmelo Anthony, like that different style change up, Then I started wanting to play like Tracy McGrady. I don't know if it was just the weed being like, hey, dog, just shoot it. But started style bending, if you will, with the basketball play styles and archetypes. But I still didn't have a 3 point shot. It wasn't until later. Hold up, my dogs are fighting. Hey, relax. It wasn't until after college, actually, that I started really watching James Harden and Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, where I just started shooting fuck you threes to where the 3 point line didn't really feel intimidating anymore, if you give me. The real ones never forget, baby. So after that, it ended up being this thing that my family looked down on me on, or looked down on me for. Because I smoke weed, they're like, oh, you're a pothead. So anything I talk about, like Illuminati or government shit, they'd be like, how much did you smoke? You're tripping, So I almost took that as a chip on my shoulder. And in a sense, kind of made it toxic, I'd almost like do things high just to be like, you didn't do it, I did it high. You know what I mean? It's the kind of person I am, kind of competitive like that. But I guess I just never stopped, man. It ended up just being a habit because, like I said, and like I've always spoke about, I think smoking becomes a habit just because of the oral fixation. And essentially, you are honing into your breathing when you take a hit. You go, sometimes you hold it in, right? So you go, hold it in and then you let it out. Well, shit, when they tell you to calm down and they teach you meditation, that's how they fucking teach you how to breathe. So essentially you're meditating with THC, you're meditating with chemicals. So it's kind of cheap, you get the meditation effect plus you get the chemical reaction. Holla if you hear me. But like I said, I mean, nobody's perfect, but I did see a version of myself where I just needed like 10 minutes or 15 minutes to just chill in the bathroom or the living room or my bedroom by myself. Just meditate. I just meditated and was able to access the mind state that I was trying to achieve smoking weed, but just through meditation. You know what I mean? So, and keep in mind, I had that vision probably like 8 to 10 years ago. And it just takes me a while. I'm human too, bruh. I'm just like you, but I'm easy. Say to the Joreeezy. Yo, speaking of rapping and shit, man, we got a mixtape coming out. Since O is a caveman now, he's taking charge of the whole cave mixtape, and it's getting hot, bro. It's getting hot in the cave, I'll tell you that. So, where should I go? I feel like it's cheap to go there. I played this game multiple times already, so I've unlocked all these portals, but what feels right? Should I go straight ahead or what? Who's your top 5 band? Top 5 rappers? We gotta ask you. We got Mel. We got Elijah. We got Phantom Menace. We got ESP. And we got Joreeezy. If you ever get resets in life, man, you are blessed. I'll tell you that. I'm watching this new show on Hulu. It's called like... Shit, I don't even know what it's called, but I think Aubrey Piazza's in it. It's about fucking time traveling and trying to mesh together your ideal realities through the multiverse. It's pretty weird, man. So they got a second chance, but some variables weren't the same. So was it worth it to be in the same scenario but with the different variables, you know? I guess that's up to you. I like Aubrey too, man, but she was annoying as fuck in this one. Look. Amazon. If it's not even her, I'm tripping then. Show. Gotta look this up. Time travel. Maybe that'll put it up. Yeah, that's not even her, man. Tripping. Well, y'all should check it out. I'll tweet it. You should follow me on Twitter if you really want to know the title of that show, because I got my journey that I gotta go on. You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't really be on my cell phone while I'm in this spiritual journey. You feel me? Hashtag stop the smoke. Here we go. Now we cooking. So I hit that one up about 10:30. Kind of feeling nervous. Kind of got the zoomies coming up in my diaphragm area, you know, but I'm a veteran, man. And not to be cocky or anything. It just, I kind of am prepared, you know. Prepared for the worst. This is where sometimes you meet people, so I hope I meet someone on the journey. Because it's like life, man. It's just better together. You know what that saying says? It goes, if you want to go fast, you go by yourself. And if you want to go far, you go with people or you go with a team. Sometimes you gotta wait for people, man, but sometimes they could give you a boosty. Or protect you from a fucking dragon or something. Yeah, dig. Hey, bro, you still owe me your top 5. You ain't getting off the hook with that. Let me tell you mine. Kendrick. He's there now. Yeah, he really wasn't. Kendrick, Mac Miller. J. Cole. Nas. And I don't want to say Eminem, man. I feel like he made a deal with the devil, so it's kind of not fair, you know. Let's go with Lupe Fiasco. So what did I say? Kendrick, J. Cole, Mac Miller, whoever I said in Lupe Fiasco. But shout out to DMX, because DMX is definitely up there. Hashtag stop the smoke. R.I.P. Pop Smoke. Lil Wayne's up there too, so it's kind of stupid I didn't include him. I used to be a Lil Wayne hater, and it's hard not to include anyone from the underground scene like Aesop Rock. Aesop Rock is fire, and if you haven't heard of Aesop Rock, sheesh, bruh, unfollow me. Close this window right now. Leave the cave. Hashtag stop the smoke. Hell yeah, Aesop Rock, right? Aesop Rock and Lupe Fiasco would make a cool ass mixtape. They should do one of them joint albums together. But also, one of my favorite rappers growing up was Mike Shinoda, so it's kind of hard not to put him in there. He's different. He's different, you know? It's like emo rap. Emo poetic rap. He's like emo J. Cole. Yeah, so the soundtrack you're hearing right now is one of the songs that I purchased. Just so calming, you know? Some meditation, doing chores, background music. Hashtag stop the smoke music. Yeah, man, you know what I realized? I laugh at my own jokes, and because I think they're funny, you know? If anyone has irks about that, they go suck a dick or like an asshole. Because if you're not a fan of your shit, then who the fuck is gonna smell that shit? And people like to follow, so if they see you smelling that shit, and even though that shit ain't good, they'll take a sniff, you know what I mean? People don't get that. Or people just pussies, you know? No disrespect. You feel me with the band? Straight up, man. Or iPod. If you don't know an iPod, you gotta bounce. If you don't know iPod, don't eat the apple. So what's cool with this game too is you can't speak to the other player if someone were to join you. You can only like do these fucking pings right here that I'm doing. So there's an exciting ping, it's like a chatty ping. It's pretty interesting. I don't know if it's Morse code, but because it's random, you know. But essentially, you could speak in Morse code to people if you knew the Morse code language. And the Morse code language is actually an interesting thing to look into. Should bookmark and research that. Hashtag stop the smoke. Just putting energy out there. Yo. You know what usually happens is I meet someone once I get the bridge set up. And if that's the case, then I'm glad I paved the way. Let's go. All right, let's look at these caveman questions and start going through them. Yeah. Yeah, and my phone is starting to fucking move around, so I definitely have an extra life. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. So the homie Francis is like, would I rather go to a Diddy party or get punched in the face by the Hulk? Man, so I'm gonna try to treat that question with 110% of my respect and attention and really try to seriously answer it. If I was living in a world where there was a Incredible Hulk, then some spider's probably gonna bite me pretty soon, you know what I mean? So I would probably already have powers. So I'd get punched by the Incredible Hulk because he would miss, and I would let him punch me in the face. So I'd already be braced for it, and that would turn into an epic battle where it'd just be a deadlock tie. And after that, he'll just be looking at me, and I'll just be looking at him, be breathing hard, and I'll be like, "You're all right." Fucking fist bump, nuclear explosion, other dimension pops in. We're a team, you know what I mean? That's probably what's gonna happen. We take down Diddy with Vitaly and them. So that's my answer to that, Francis. You asked for it, bro. Let's moving on to the next question. Shit, I'm tripping though. That was actually a crazy question. All right, here we go. Is John Wick a Matrix simulator? A Matrix simulator. I haven't actually seen John Wick, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was somehow tied in to the Matrix. And one of my friends actually just mentioned that he didn't know and he didn't realize that the Terminator and the Matrix were linked. I don't know if it's confirmed. I think some people would say it's already confirmed, but word on the street is the original writer of the story, The Matrix, also wrote The Terminator, and apparently those scripts were stolen and then sold to whatever production company ended up developing Terminator and The Matrix. But I guess The Matrix is a sequel to The Terminator, some shit. So putting John Wick in that conversation wouldn't be that far-fetched, I think. But if you like crazy fan theories, you should go join our Discord. If you want to join a community affiliated with crazy ass people like you and me 24/7, then you should go check out our Patreon. The link to that is on our website, cave.com. That's k4v3.com, because we have this section actually called Fan Theories, and it's got some crazy fan theories with the band. I don't know if you've seen those, but I wouldn't be surprised. Let's try to look them up after this. So I waited a long time, and I'm taking my time on this journey to wait for someone, but nobody's here, man. How long do you wait for somebody until you decide I gotta do what I gotta do, you know? You wait a week, month, years. Some people just wait a day, you know? But I'm getting harsh. Let me meditate real quick. Oh shit, getting real spiritual in here. So Francis asks again, would I rather go to a Diddy party or get hit in the nuts with Captain America throwing his shield? Nah, because even the Hulk will react to that nut shot. So we going to the Diddy party, bro. And I know you want to come. You fucking party hopping motherfucker. Yo, there's this one time where Francis and I wanted to go out, and so I hit him up to go to a party, and he's like, hey, just follow me. I was like, oh, okay. So fucking we met up and I just followed him, and he met up with someone else, and then we followed him to like the deep depths of Santa Ana, man. We partied with a bunch of people we didn't even know, and at the end of it, someone walked out, and I thought he was holding a fucking sprinkler, you know, or a hose gun, but he was holding an actual gun. He fucking started toting it everywhere, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? So there's another time, I think high school, remember? We snuck into the estates. That shit was fucking funny, man. That's actually the inspiration for Superbad, if you didn't know. And not Project X, but Superbad. Straight up fucking SEAL Team 6, that shit. That was crazy. I forget. How the fuck did we get to that fence, man? This is my absolute favorite part of the game. I just love the pink sands and the aesthetic of this level, if you will. I still don't know the title of that Dave Chappelle movie, and I'm still not cheating, so I will remember it. I'm optimistic. Yo, that server is crazy, man. We're planning on doing an Inside the Cave just dedicated to that fucking section of the server, because that shit is free content. So, it just came to me. The title just came to me. Half Baked. Boom. The movie is Half Baked. But look at this. Holy fucking shit. When I started really taking martial arts seriously, this would be my song, like when I'd be training. So it's bringing back memories, actually. And I always used to go to this one spot where I grew up that was on a hill that just overlooked the city. So this is pretty reminiscent of that. But let's keep going through these fucking crazy questions. Shout out to the caveman. What'd you say with the band Full Baked? Alright, goddamn. Jermaine was like, if Diddy offered you everything he had, money, etc., and all you had to do was take it in the ass or suck his dick, your choice, would you do it? Nah, because I already have everything I want, man. So, that's that. He also asks, for a more deeper thought, why do you think we are all here? Man. Yeah, these questions from the cave. It's the cave, man. I told you, crazy ass people like you and me 24/7. But I think it really is anything, man. Like, just like this game, that's why I like playing this game, is after you're done with this journey, you just get shot back to the beginning, you know? It's almost like reincarnation. So I think we're all here just to go on a journey. Simple and plain. Make friends on the way, you know? Try not to ruin and leave too much of a footprint, I feel like, unless it's art. But isn't that crazy? Some people think trashing a place is art. Sometimes it'll kind of look like art, but I don't know. Dank answer for show. Hashtag stop the smoke. Damn, this is too funny. Hey, I'm not gonna put it out there. This is a question I'll ask myself. Let's turn this into a Q&A since I'm fucking on a one up. I got lives to spare. What the fuck was I gonna ask myself? I forgot what I was gonna ask myself. I had a good question to ask myself, so I'm gonna just wait and see if it comes back to me. Something about art, right? I don't know. Who cares? Let's go over these questions. Boom. Yeah. So, I think that's what we're all here to just go on a journey. What are reoccurring things I see while I'm on my trips? Honestly, the only real consistent thing, and look at this, that's a mask right there. Masks. Let me think of this. Let me think of a deep quote right now. The people who don't wear masks have the most to hide. WRL chat. I don't know. I don't care. And honestly, probably fucking. Oh, we got somebody over here. We got a friend. I believe we have a friend. When I look at my phone, that shit's like fucking. Looks like water, bro. Like my keyboard and the letters be floating around. So that's another reoccurring symptom, I guess, if that's what you're asking me. And my skin looks like it's falling apart. I literally look like I'm disintegrating, like I'm made of dirt. If that makes any sense. It's not supposed to unless you've been there. Shit, I thought someone was there, man. I was eager. That's what's crazy. You can't be too eager for a companion because that's also vulnerability, you know? Like, when I was single, I was obviously eager for a partner, but at some point, you just had to love yourself, you know? Sometimes, like we said on the last podcast, man, you gotta suck your own dick. Metaphorically. Where the fuck do I go? Oh, just like Jermaine was asking, what's the purpose of life? Like, I could just chill here, bro. You know, this could be my journey. And you see that shooting star? That's someone else who just finished the game. He got shot back to the beginning. So, I guess we gotta go to this mountain. So, moving on with some more questions. Oh yeah, about dosage. I think microdosing is for pussies, man. Straight up, no offense. It's like people who swim and just stay in the deep or in the shallow end or kind of on the sides in the ledge, fucking kicking their feet up in the side. Like, dude, just jump in, bro. It's 4 feet pool. But who cares? It's free will, you know. I feel like I just developed this mindset because I was bullied too, you know. So it's almost like I understood the bullies. Some bullies were bullying just to break the ice, like no ill intent. But there were some bullies that fit the archetype of they're releasing their trauma to you, you know, that they were going through at home or whatever. But yeah, sometimes bullying is an icebreaker, especially if you're a man. Like, it's also a testament to who you are. Like, if you're testing the waters, if someone has a witty response back, it's like, ah, we got a conditioned man over here, you know? If someone kind of just goes, like, oh, all right, got a shy brother, you know? So, and at the same time, those people that bully usually, I mean, I was considered a bully growing up. Ask my homies, they went to high school with me. I was crazy in high school. But half the time, like, if anyone else bullied them, I would be the first one to fight, dude. But like, the fuck, you can't talk to my homie like that. Because they were my homies. I wasn't like a fucking piece of shit where I wanted to ruin people's lives, you know? But people probably think that, but those people could suck my dick. So usually when it has the white thing on the bottom, that means somebody's here. So I'm gonna take the risk. Where they at though? He's up there. Hey, we got a homie. It's more fun together, you know? It'd be cool to get the white robe. Yeah, I thought that was a homie. Might be waiting for me at the side. See, that's just communicating too. Like, if you let out a ping, I'll let out a ping to acknowledge you. Like, we live in a society where it's so easy to hide now into your own caves, your own K4V3s, that, like, it's normal behavior not to respond back. Oh my goodness, I found a white robe. Oh shit, white robes are like fucking black belts in this game, man. I've never came across a white robe. I hope this person helps me through the whole game. I'm stoked. Stoked like the Pope. So one thing I was worried about is fucking having a panic attack because it's kind of hard to breathe in this mask. But I ain't no bitch. Give me a sec though. All right, let's go. Show me the way. I'm so stoked. I hope I can keep up though. But a good teacher will wait, right? Hey, Sly Pug. That link looks very legit, man. You should click my link. It's the one that says Patreon. Oh, I got swag too, White Robe. Ooh, it's all about style. My last real significant DMT trip, I was listening to this song called Style, and I swear these flowers were fucking dancing to this song like fucking Alice in Wonderland, but like to this funk track called Style. And it's interesting, man. Everybody has their own style. And if you look at Genesis, God created us in his own image. Everyone's unique, everyone's perfect. Like everyone has their own style, you know? It's crazy that people try to fit someone's archetype of style, even though it's fabricated or it's unattainable. You dig? Yo, these people on like these bots that be hitting you up for graphics and shit, like at least have better graphics in your resume, man, or your portfolio. That shit sucks. See, also with communication, like let's say, look how excited that person is, and he's and on top of that, or she, on top of that, like waited for me, right? If I were to just to respond with just like one click, like what an asshole, right? I feel like universally, like even if I don't respond to that, so I don't even give a fuck what kind of slang you speak, what kind of language you speak. Like it's all chirps, you know? Like just match my energy, match. Unless you don't care about them, I just feel like that's kind of disrespect, and I'm guilty of that too. So sometimes that's those missed opportunities where I don't chirp back like as exciting or as enthusiastic that the other person was chirping back at me. Sometimes that keeps me up at night, you know? But it's crazy that some people just fucking don't get it. You get me, White Robe? You know what I'm saying, bro? Shrooms kicking, bruh. Yeah. English is fake and gay too. That's funny that I said that in English. That's so meta. I can't do what you can, White Robe. That's crazy. But yeah, think about it. I was revisiting some of our episodes, and we are talking about language, right? Like inner monologue. I feel like that gets so put on a pedestal when really it's just kind of like it's kind of gay, you know? Like you're bragging about the way you articulate thoughts from the spiritual dimension into English. That's pretty gay, bro. I think. So, I just feel like it might be reverse engineering, you know? The people that don't have an inner monologue that see in a more abstract form, they might be the real people that are in touch with the imaginative realm or the idea realm, because when you try to translate these spiritual concepts into words, you lose a lot of detail, like I said, and sometimes you don't get what that means. Like that's why it's so hard to remember your dreams or articulate your dreams, because it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain it. Doing me off my style, by the way. Oh shit. I'm a perfectionist, so it irks me a little bit when I be messing up, but that's my journey. Maybe that'll be my takeaway from this journey. But yeah, I also love this game because it's like life. There's just for some reason these stages are somewhat metaphorical to different stages of life, right? Damn, I'm getting lost in this. It's just beautiful, yo. That was fun, dog. See, isn't it crazy? Like, I'm already thinking, I'm confident this white robe is gonna stick with me throughout the whole journey, but he very well couldn't. That's my assumption, making that belief up, and I don't even gotta extrapolate that to show you how that relates to life, you know? Maybe it's the one-ups. Sometimes you hit rock bottom. But this ain't even rock bottom. You good, dog? Alright. Hey, let me tell you right now, belts and robes don't matter. Is that disrespectful to say? No, I don't think so, because, well, actually, in a sense, I was gonna say sometimes that belief gets you to beat the black belt while being a white belt, but it's just being calm under pressure, you know? If that if that belief system helps you do that, then whatever, I guess. If but is that necessarily true? No, because a nervous ass person who just, you know, you could say lucky and gets the right sequence in a scramble, they could technically beat a white belt or a white robe. Oh, and he's dipping out. Oh shit. Sometimes you think people are dipping out when they're really not, you know? That's why you have to communicate. Very metaphorical, this game. I'm a fan of the mask and the hood. Make sure I'm not muted. It would be such a fucking bummer if this whole thing was muted. But I just had to be okay with that, you know? It's pretty interesting. I do have this new thought experiment about sometimes, are you shunning away blessings from a supernatural force, trying to record it? But would you think the supernatural force would help you while you're being recorded so it could help the masses? But then you take into consideration the observer effect and the double slit theory, where maybe you're pushing it away by trying to record it type shit. It's just an interesting thing I've been thinking about with the Bible study and with these journey streams and my deep dives, but we'll find out, I guess. It's a free world with universal laws, right? Yeah, the native saying no photo, bro, to chop your soul is, I mean, as you know, a big reason why I wear the mask. I have a nephew who's super fucking into what I'm doing, and he's trying to get on the show. He's like, "Can I get on your podcast?" And I'm like, "Dude, I see your enthusiasm, but no, bro, because there are a lot of creeps online. And with deepfake, like, as much as you want to just kind of lock that in or box that into tech, and surveillance and identity theft, I feel like it could also play into spiritual concepts if you take into consideration the natives' beliefs about trapping your soul, you know? Trouble, shout out to Troubles from Paranoia Radio. Paranoia Radio, don't get mad at me. No, no D. They don't got D's over there. So Paranoia Radio. Well, they got a D. The radio has a D, bro. They only got one D. They got 3 guys, but only one D. Paranoia Radio. But yeah, he says that AI is a culmination of everyone's photos. So essentially, it's a chimera of everyone trying to make a new identity, which is a pretty interesting concept. It's like, it reminds me of almost the T-1000 from Terminator 2. You know, when he was burning, he was just kind of scrolling through all the identities he captured. Some shit like that, like a soul trapped into a vessel, you know, an artificial vessel. And that's where I started really entertaining the jinn and the genie and the computer theory about, like, maybe genies and computers are like the first form of ChatGPT and computers or technology, you know? I don't know, I'm high. Hashtag stop the smoke. Yeah, I was like, yo, I could get you a mask though. He got excited. So maybe get a little masky guy, Mask Junior over here. Funny mask story, by the way. In high school, Jabberwockies was really popping around the time. So we had Sadie Hawkins, me, and like 20 guys, Jermaine, Francis, and a bunch of other guys in our group. We all rolled up wearing dark jeans, black shirts, graphic tees. So everyone had their own graphic tees or whatever they're interested in, and Jabberwocky masks. So we rolled up deep in Jabberwocky masks, and the fucking principal and security guards were tripping out. They're like, "You can't wear a mask. We don't know who you are." We should have fucking rioted, bro. We should have rolled deeper. That would have been fucking revolutionary. Did that influence my little gimmick? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself. With the band, if you can fucking quote that movie and the actor that said that, I will shoot you $20, bro. No using the internet. No using the internet, bro. Real talk. Shit, I can't do it. How embarrassing. Don't ever be embarrassed. You know what? I actually read somewhere that said the moment a kid feels embarrassed is the moment they lose their innocence. So embarrassed, I feel like, is a psyop that plays into like hating your style or hating your signature imprint, your signature energetic imprint, you know? Your uniqueness, your style. So I'm never embarrassed. I did it on purpose. The quote was, maybe, maybe not, maybe fuck yourself. I feel like that's an easy one. But Half-Baked was supposed to be an easy one, but we sometimes just have brain farts, you know? I don't think Absu's multiplayer. Oh shit. Motherfucker looks like Onyx. That Pokemon. Speaking of Onyx Pokemon, that Pokemon is a Mandela effect Pokemon too. How do you guys remember Onyx was spelled back in the day? Was it with an Y or an I? I remember. Shit, I don't know, man. I feel like it's a Y. Yeah. Apparently it's an I. Isn't that crazy? Mandela effect, bro. Look it up for me one time. But even that thing, it's a petrified snake. You know, we talked about Dragon Ball, or we talked about Pokemon really being sort of in touch with the occult, but really watered down, really kids bopified, really Disneyfied, you know? So is Onyx and Steelix clues to petrified dragons and titan boas and snakes? I may be cooking. Just might. Hey, Onyx. He was a dope rapper too, yeah. Is it Annie Up? Annie Up. They did Welcome Back. I know that. That song got played out back in the fucking early 2000s. Not too sure they did Annie Up. Yeah, I'm in the wrong fucking zone, yo. Sometimes the journey gets scary, yo, but you shouldn't be scared. Don't let the journey go through you. You gotta go through the journey. Or don't let the journey go on you. You gotta go on the journey. You don't get pissed on. Or whatever you think getting goad on means, you know? Don't get goad on. Shit. Too fast. Oh, I'm too fast for y'all. It's pretty magical, man. Was I ever scared? Nah. Never scared, just nervous. Hey. He's like, man, are you sure you're not a white robe? I'm like, yeah, but white's gay. Pass the knowledge down, sensei. Looks like a burial, right? Or a burial? Tartaria? We brought up spirals on the podcast last night with Dawn, and I know Kyle was inching to fucking bring in some Pizzagate stuff, so. And if he wasn't, I was, but shout out to both of us for not bringing that in. Gala the Cave, man. It's like music. So this is where we were at. Perfect. Full circle. But this time with a white robe. Isn't that crazy? This is a part. This is kind of the part of the game where it kind of climaxes. So that's why I didn't want to start here. You know, can't start at the climax. What's the point of the journey? Dope. Oh shit. Can you say oh shit in the fucking interdimensional realm? Is that considered bad because you're like cursing? I don't know. I'll ask when I get there. Holla at me. Let's go. Should be a fucking whale that comes around here. Interesting. Whales are mentioned almost like a primitive creature in Genesis. And like I was saying, I feel like I think they were alluding to base species when they're talking about those little gods or those species to make their own kinds or whatever to multiply. It makes me think about that whale fucking dinosaur looking shit. Not the Mosasaurus, but there's another one that kind of looks like a whale. With kind of like amphibious legs, you know? Still trips me out that goats are kind of serpentine in nature. And the Capricorn is almost like a scaled fish goat. What the fuck is a fish goat, bro? I live in a crazy world. Yo, real shit, bro. Look up Capricorn. Like, that's what that shit is. It's like a serpent goat. And they say that's why Jesus is a lamb and like they have the fish as a symbol. You know, it's not because of the bread and fish, it's because of Capricorn. It's a deep rabbit hole that I still need to go on. But as far as base species go, Pokemon also talks about base species. We have EVs, you know? And whatever other fucking Pokemons you could do that shit with. Pokemon has an iconic fucking intro song though. I will say that. I should add this song to the playlist. It's pretty calming too. Oh, okay. What's that, homie? It'd be fucked up to leave someone who waited for you, right? Unless it was taken away from your journey, I feel. We're getting deep here, you know? But don't take it personal. We're just talking about the game. There's a lot of interesting shapes in this game. I've seen some ones that I can't talk about because I'll probably get kicked out of all the platforms this is on right now. But if you follow me on X or Twitter, I could tell you. By the way, with the band, maybe, maybe not, maybe Fuck Yourself was Mark Wahlberg from The Departed, which was a badass movie. Oh yeah, you're a movie guy. Shame on you, bro. You didn't know Half Baked. Alright, I'm coming. There you go. Yeah, you need to buy the next 2 guests free movie tickets for that, bro, or at least give them free popcorn for that. It's like a strike. Did homie bow out? He might be down there doing some white robe stuff. Maybe that's why I'm not a white robe. Cause I just don't give a fuck. I'm gonna leave him though. There he is. Dope. Doing white robe stuff right there, huh? I ain't gonna leave you, dog. You wait for me. That movie had one of the best twists and endings. It was just nonstop until the credits rolled. I went in that movie not knowing what the fuck I was watching. I was like, what the fuck's Departed, bro? Whatever. Smoke blundered who? Hashtag stop the smoke. Went in. Fucking was in for a wild ride. That movie had crazy pacing, I feel like. Dope ass movie. Yeah, that's the vibe these days. You just go into a movie with no preconceived ideas, you know? So I went through it by myself and I met White Robe over here. So when all is said and done, this is your journey, you know? It's kind of fucking poetic, actually. I think that's foreshadow. I used to be a real big spoilers guy, man, so it's a weird balance. I like reading about something just because I feel like whatever I visualize in my head is not going to play out like the producer, the director had in their head. So it's almost like it could ruin the movie too, because I already have my preconceived idea of how it should look, but I'm curious, bro. Curiosity killed a cat, but I'm a dog. Arr, arr. Shout out to DMX. So far, the breathing's good. We good. Now we're about to go on the climb. Hey, are you excited for that Deadpool movie, man? Are you a Marvel superhero kind of guy, superhero movie kind of guy? I know a lot of us in the cave are excited for that one. Simply because of X-Men, but Deadpool is a pretty cool movie series in the MCU. And the rated R factor, too, kind of makes it a little more intriguing. Dope. Yeah, Danny Abercement hates fucking superhero movies, so I feel you. They're kind of gay. Some of them. Logan, though, is pretty badass. I think that's the best superhero movie, I think. It's almost kind of Max Payne-y, you know? Like a rugged, like, Western, about a stoic guy with shit not going for him. Fill in the blanks. Yo, I watched Logan on mushrooms thinking it's gonna be an X-Men movie, and that shit fucking tripped me out, bro. Like, when the fucking Clogan, when Clogan killed Professor X, bro, I was dead. I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? This guy going crazy? There's only a few movies I've watched on Shrooms. Logan, the Lion King live action movie, and 4DX. That was fucking crazy as fuck. And we tried to watch Born Identity 3, but it was just too intense. I had to leave. Yeah, we gotta keep each other warm, buddy. No homo. Oh, that would have been a badass movie to watch. I think I watched Shaolin Soccer and Mushrooms too. That shit was fucking hilarious. I almost died and couldn't stop laughing, man. I think that movie is as funny as I remember it because I was on them one-ups, you know? But Interstellar would have been epic. That Tesseract scene with a black hole. And plus the music score of that movie is one of the best movie scores out there, I feel like. Is that John Williams? Whoever that was, killed it. He fucking performed in Coachella, whoever. Hans Zimmerman. There you go. Hans Zimmerman did it. Or Hans Zimmer. I think it's Zimmerman. I forget. I don't want to say the wrong Zimmerman, you know? Hans Zimmer. Fucking Zimmerman. Shout out with the band, man. We gotta look out for each other. Just like this journey. You know, we gotta have each other's back. Keep each other company. What's the point of having each other if we're not there for each other, you know? What's the point of being able to speak if we're not going to speak to each other and communicate? What's the point of being able to walk if we're not going to fucking move? What's the point of being fucking capable if you're not out there fucking pushing yourself, you know? But hey, if that's your journey to just chill, that's fine. I read this crazy ass fucking comment on TikTok. Some TikTok comments are crazy woke though, but someone said that Buddhism was a religion that gets you into a soul trap. And if you think about it, like it's almost like being okay to just go with the flow, you know? Like you're in there in the stream even though you're consciously just in nirvana, you know? So essentially it's not salvation, it's almost just kind of conditioning yourself to be okay with the system, kind of being numb to it and playing your own mental game. It gave me a different perspective on Buddhism, man. It's pretty crazy. But it's whatever. You put your own meaning to it. Like, these fucking shirts don't mean anything, but this White Rose is probably interpreting it as something. You know, if I say this, probably thinks it means I'm excited, but I could be yelling. Or I could have spazzed out and have a shitty controller, you know? Like, what if my controller is fucked up and I was just doing this? And he or she would have a crazy experience. Thinking, oh, this guy's chatty. I never felt like I was alone. Everyone makes up their own meaning for things. Whatever they need to get him to go there or do it, whatever, dog. Free will. It's crazy that free will means that people can take away other people's free will, right? So you have free will to take other people's free will. I feel like that should be a universal law not to. For some reason, I feel that shit down to my core, you know? Hey, bro. What are we doing? Oh, he knows. My bad for doubting. Let's do this. It's too cold to fly or what? So I understand. We just bypassed that Onyx though over there, so shout out to Experience. Interesting. The thing about the box saga that was said about you can't really accept the story or learn the lesson or learn the history unless you hear the whole story without interruption, I feel like has a little bit of credence and a little bit of credibility, you know, because like if you throw your 2 cents every time that a huge concept that takes multi subjects to build and understand, then it's almost a little biased and clouded, you know? So anyways, I'm thinking that because I'm thinking about whether you should ever doubt or test your teachers. And I feel like you shouldn't. I feel like that's kind of disrespectful if you're wanting the knowledge. But I do think that's a sign that you've maybe outgrown your teachers. I don't know. I ate a cap. No cap. Hashtag stop the smoke. What will happen? Well, what happens when you take a life and you think there's universal punishment? See, that's the thing. I feel like that goes back to our conversation with Mel. Is karma real? I feel like it could be a psyop. Like what if you don't believe karma is real and you can get away with it? But I do think there are some universal laws because we got to give credit back to the sources if our concepts and beliefs are based on those sources. So, just like I always say, in Dragon Ball Z and those other animes, there are universal laws. Like in HFIL or in Hell, like it's almost like Valhalla where you have to die in a worthy battle in order to keep your body. And there are those universal laws that say if you kill yourself, then you automatically go to hell. So, does your why matter? Or just the sole purpose of you took another life? I don't know, man, but I do think the butterfly effect is real. So, whether or not it's a universal law or it somehow shuffles the cards that are going to be the variables for your next experience, I think that's a universal law. So not necessarily a punishment, but like shuffles the deck kind of shit, variable wise, if you get what I'm saying. Deep question though, I like that. Oh, damn. They call me, dog. It's all good. Like I said, man, I'd rather get punched in the face by the Hulk than go to a Diddy party, so maybe that was a butterfly effect for why I got caught there. I very well could have beat this game flawlessly, but I think my choices have consequences. And I'll eat them, right? Live with that. No, bitch. I really gotta stop cussing though. Just because I'm about to have a daughter and I don't want to be a bad influence. I have a whole podcast you can listen to and be exposed to that later on, but I'm gonna use her as a inspiration to make me a better person. Maybe that's why I saw the archetype me that I saw. Maybe that's why it took so long for me to try to hone and bring that archetype or that version of myself into this multiverse or into this present universe. I don't know, man. The score of this game is so beautiful though, and it's so fucking like in sync with the gameplay and the vibe right now, I feel. Getting deep in here, baby. It's just Joreeezy. Never going to a freak off. Hell no. Those FOs. Like I said, maybe that's why it's called OF. Who knows? Yeah, man. And it's obviously like that's the reason I put, because I've had a crazy upbringing, man. Like like I said, coaching basketball, it's interesting coaching basketball. I feel like people have an experience when it comes to raising kids, because as a basketball players, it's very common and normal to say things like fuck, shit, especially when you miss a shot, or someone steps on your shoes. But it gets exposed when you're coaching kids, man, especially first graders, when you say shit, fuck, or however you carry yourself, because those kids are watching, man. Got you under a microscope. So, and like I said this in the last episode, Dan. If you gain the respect of their attention by doing some kind of crazy N1 move that they're gonna want to learn, like they're gonna think it's cool to cuss too, you know, or just be on their phone all the time while they're doing something, or have this attitude of like, oh, everything's easy, it's just fucking whack anyway. So might not be the best at coaching, but I think about that shit, you know. And God, this fucking part of the game is also metaphorical for life. Sometimes you gotta learn the patterns and just ride it with the wind. Damn. Sometimes you fall. That's why I'm not a white robe, so my bad for even fucking trying to say that I was, or all that stuff to try to like belittle having a white robe. Experience definitely does pay off. Low-key, speaking of freak offs and OF, I was about to start an OnlyFans and do my unmasked segments over there, but I just put it on Patreon. That'd be funny with the gimmick to do OnlyFans unmasked segments, you know? I'm a comedian. And I'm not my number one fan. Alright, let's get this money out. Tell you what, last one there's a bitch. Let's go. I don't know, should I do it, man? That'd be hilarious. It's good marketing. Wonder what the male demographics of OnlyFans are making. I know Craig Jones has an OnlyFans where he hosts like members only jiu-jitsu tutorials, so I wonder if he has a Patreon and OnlyFans and what the split is for that. John Cena has an OnlyFans, right? So it's not an original idea. John Cena having OnlyFans is fucking wild, though. Might just do it after this conversation, man. That's hilarious. Oh no, he's about to beat me. Oh no. Motherfucker. I guess you're the bitch, White Robe. See you in the next journey. And yo, I thought this person was gonna stick it all the way, but I said, nah, I probably won't, or she probably won't. It's kind of like life, right? Just thankful for the companionship. And thanks for the race. Do they have a streaming platform on OF? That'd be hilarious. I wonder if I get my white robe. I wonder how you get a white robe. Not that I'm really having any desire for a white robe. That's interesting, man. Just might. I imagine this is what it's going to be like. To be like, that's one cold motherfucker right there. That's a cold-blooded motherfucker right there. Get the fuck out my way. Have you seen this at the end? Remember when James Franco got caught up in the light and he had his middle finger up? Oh, I almost fucking suffered the same fate as him. That's funny as fuck. This is the End is actually one of my favorite movies. Man, this is paradise for me. Hey, real talk, man, to get real, this is the song I played when we terminally extubated my mom at the hospital. So it's actually bringing me goosebumps right now because like this game's really near and dear to my heart, man. So it's almost like, I feel like this is when you see your life flash before your eyes before you get re-cleansed and recycled back into the universe or Earth or whatever. I don't really believe in reincarnation, but I do believe that that same consciousness or soul carries on, you know. I think reincarnation is an incomplete perspective of that whole concept. Close but no cigar, you know. But who am I? Damn, I can't see. Stop the smoke. Hashtag stop the smoke. Look like a little fucking semen though, right? Looks like I'm about to get reborn or whatever. Just think about the shooting star in a Big Bang. If you look at when a semen actually fertilizes the egg, there's a big flash that occurs. Learned that in Inside the Cave with Mel and Chef. Actually fucking mind-blowing that might be where the Big Bang comes from. Hashtag stop the smoke. Yeah, lucky when I played that song, I felt like it was so appropriate, but I hope my family members didn't think it was weird. But I don't know. I have to say, I think out of all my family members, I have the deepest, and that's kind of being egotistic, but I'm just confident in my spiritual beliefs, you know? So I know you could guide babies from the womb, so I feel like I always try my best to guide to the next chapter, you know. And this is the craziest part of the game because you never want to start over and you never want to say goodbye. This is where it ends. Alright, I'm gonna need to take a moment and thank my player. Thank my companion. I don't even know what the fuck we're saying. We could be cussing each other out, but in my head, we're having a rap battle, and I am killing him. Boom, boom, check out the cave. Mixtape coming out the way. Shit, I think that game is what I think metaphorically happens in life, man. You could plug in your own personal variables, you could put in your names, your labels, and call it what you want, but it's kind of the template, I think, you know? And I don't think anywhere in this journey that ask you to worship or deify anything. Just saying, just Joreeezy, just like you, but I'm easy. Hashtag stop the smoke. Just like you, but I'm... Beautiful game. Always a no when I fucking go through this game. Probably because I'm always on the Zoomers, you know what I mean? We must frequency. It does give me the PSN of my companion at the end, though, so let's add him up. Give him a shout out. Isn't Zoomer the term for those? That's what Atmosphere used to call him, right? Oh, they're called boomers? Oh, interesting. Gotta look that up. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite games. I think it's on Steam. Zoomer is what we call in the West Coast, bro. Get with the program, dude. Only boomers call them boomers. Oh, that's interesting. I think we call them Zoomers because of that zoom-in effect that you feel when you're about to go in, you know? But boomers, I get it. That's dope. That's alright. Take them to church. Hashtag stop the smoke. Hashtag Let the boomers boom. Let the zoomers zoom. Let the doomers doom. Sometimes my camera be fucking fooling because I look fly as fuck lately, you know what I mean? It's all good. I wear a mask because it shouldn't really matter what I look like and what the camera's like. So, who cares, bro? So I'm essentially getting shot back to the beginning, as you can see on the screen. Hey, let's go. I make content for audio only audiences. So, good to know, man. It's interesting, we can't even really see everything. Like, I think we only see like a fraction of what's really visually perceivable. So our eyes are pretty limited. Taking us to church, right? Boom. Back again. Well, shit. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your attention. Thank you, Time to Go, for companions who met along the way. With the band, I'm very appreciative of you. K4V3, you already know what it is. I might come back and do ad soon. #StopTheSmoke.